Vincent opened his barber shop on a Tuesday in March 1974. He was 26 years old. He had $12 left after paying the first month's rent, and a barber chair he had bought secondhand from a man who was retiring. He set the chair in the center of the room, leveled it, sat in it himself for a moment, then stood up and never sat in it again. Not for 50 years. Cities change around things like water changes around stone. The coffee shop next door became a bank. The bank became a nail salon. The nail salon became an artisanal something or other that Vincent never went into. Vincent stayed. The chair stayed. It was the only thing on that block that never moved. In 50 years, Vincent cut hair for 3 generations of the same families. He cut the father's hair the morning of his wedding, 1978. The man was so nervous he couldn't stop talking. Vincent let him. He cut the son's hair before prom, 1998. The boy sat down a child and stood up trying to be a man. Vincent pretended not to notice. The grandson sat in the chair at age 3 for his first haircut. He cried for the first 4 minutes. Vincent gave him a lollipop and told him that everybody cries the first time they become something new. The boy stopped crying. Vincent remembered all of them, every single one, because the chair was where people said things they couldn't say anywhere else, not to their wives, not to their friends, not to anyone who was looking directly at them, but to a man standing behind them in a mirror, facing the same direction. They said everything. In 2018, the landlord tripled the rent. Not doubled, tripled. Vincent paid it for 2 years, without complaining, without telling anyone how tight it was, because the shop was not a business to him. It was a promise. Then, in 2020, he couldn't anymore. The neighborhood heard the news the way neighborhoods hear things. Not from a newspaper, not from a sign in the window, but from mouths. From a woman telling her sister on a Tuesday afternoon. From 2 men on a stoop who went quiet for a moment. People started coming by just to sit in the chair one more time. Grown men. Men in their 40s who had first sat in that chair at age 7, when their feet didn't reach the footrest and they had to be propped up with a board, came back. They didn't say much. They just sat down and let Vincent do what he had always done. On the last day, December 14, 2020, Vincent opened at 8 in the morning. He cut hair without stopping until 9 at night. He did not charge anyone. His wife, Rosa, brought sandwiches at noon. His daughter came after school and stayed until closing, watching from the corner, the way children watch their parents when they finally understand what their parents have been doing all along. The line went out the door, down the steps, along the pavement, around the corner. In the cold December air, people waited for 2-3 hours, not because they needed a haircut, but because some things deserve to be witnessed. Some endings deserve a crowd. At 9 o'clock, Vincent swept the floor one last time, turned off the light, locked the door. He cried once, just once, standing alone in the dark with the smell of talc and hair oil and 50 years all around him. Then he went home to Rosa. Vincent's chair is in his living room now, right between the sofa and the bookcase. It is, his daughter says, the most Vincent thing that has ever happened. He still cuts hair. Family, old friends, the boy from next door who started coming at age 8 and is now 11 and thinks Vincent is the best person he has ever met. He is probably not wrong. Someone asked Vincent once, a journalist writing a small piece, whether he was angry about losing the shop. Vincent was quiet for a moment. Then he said, "I didn't lose it." He looked at his hands. "I gave 50 years of myself to that place. Every Tuesday, every December, every nervous groom, and every crying 3-year-old. I gave it everything I had." A pause. That's not losing. That's living. Here is what Vincent's story means. We spend so much time worrying about what we might lose that we forget to notice how much we are giving right now, in this ordinary moment, to the people sitting in our chair. Whatever your chair is, keep cutting.